the lush rainforests of northern Borneo. Home of Malaysia's best-known and best-loved animal. This one's a young adult male. The Malay word for man is orang. The word for forest, hutan. He's the fabled man of the forest, the orangutan. Increasingly, his future is being determined by the behavior of human beings. The orangutan's jungle home is shrinking. Once he could travel undisturbed from treetop to treetop across the length and breadth of Borneo. Now his way is blocked by agricultural developments like this palm oil plantation. The border between the forest and plantations has become a zone of conflict between orangutan and humans.
Orangutan must have torn all this out, probably chew on it, just completely kill it off. See, he's going for the young shoots. Yeah, this is another one with the longer spear. That he probably pull out something like this. Right?
Orangutan don't normally feed on oil palms. It's an indicator that there's no longer enough food for them in the remaining forest. Many orangutan have been killed by farmers protecting their crops. Often babies or dependent young are left orphaned and helpless in the jungle, facing certain death. But there's a ray of hope for these engaging animals. This is Sepilok, a large tract of forest reserve near Sandakan in the state of Sabah. Here, a centre has been established to rehabilitate orphan orangutan. Encompassing an area of 43 square kilometres, it's the largest of its kind in the world. The centre is run by Dr. Edwin Bozzi. Orphans received at the centre are placed in quarantine. This will last for about 90 days. During this time, Dr. Bozzi undertakes comprehensive medical checks for tuberculosis and other potential problems.
It's all right. Yeah. Okay.
Once given a clean bill of health, the babies are ready to move on. Some are just too young to be outside. They stay in an indoor nursery, receiving round-the-clock care from the centre staff. At this stage, the routine for baby orangutan is little different from dealing with human infants. It's impossible for the staff to avoid at least some emotional attachment with their charges. For the baby, there may be little or no memory of its mother. it's almost certain to start identifying with the humans handling it, a process known as imprinting. Soon the baby will need to be weaned off such attachment if it's to have a chance of claiming its place in the natural world. Here, the young are still fed, but this time on platforms constructed in the forest. About 30 of them are catered for at any one time. Apart from the security of regular meals, these young also have a nighttime retreat. The idea is to get them used to a jungle environment step by step. A key strategy in the rehabilitation process is what Dr. Bozzi refers to as the buddy system. The theory is that the stronger, more confident will teach the weaker, less confident. It also helps to counteract the effects of imprinting. This alone can take a long time. It's a crucial time. While the buddy system is doing its work, supplementary vitamins are administered to maintain maximum health and fitness. Ultimately, to survive in the wild, the orphans must learn to fend for themselves. Their natural food is in the trees, so it's essential that they fully develop their climbing skills. The gym class continues, but now in the forest itself. Compared with other primates, the orangutan must learn to be particularly proficient with both arms and legs. When they're fully grown, they're going to be the world's heaviest completely arboreal animal. This means they're also going to be the most susceptible to falls from breaking branches and other mishaps. In the wild, they'd learn these skills from their mothers. Once again, the buddy system is a key element in the learning process. It takes a long time to rehabilitate one orangutan. This will vary between individuals. Some may be independent within 6 years. Others may take up to 10. And there are some that would prefer to stay in the vicinity indefinitely. Once they've successfully passed all the tests of the outdoor nursery, the orangutan are moved to another platform and will start to stay out in the jungle at night. Out here, they are no longer alone. Aggressive troops of opportunistic pig-tailed macaques are around. Supplementary food is still provided at the platform, and tourists are allowed to view the orangutan at feeding times. The centre derives important revenue from the tourists, but has to walk a delicate tightrope between rehabilitation priorities and the demand for tourist spectacle. The tourists are restricted to walkways. Sepilok's management considers access of this kind to be an educational tool of great significance. Feeding happens twice a day. The diet of bananas and milk is designed to be monotonous. This encourages the orangutan to forage for their natural food in the surrounding forest. In the wild, a young orangutan normally stays with its mother until it's 5 or 6. She teaches it to seek out fruits when available, or failing that, young leaves, occasional insects, and even bark. The orangutan is Asia's only representative of the world's 4 species of great ape. As with all apes, it differs from monkeys in having no tail to assist balance. As a result, it must climb and swing with care, and will never jump. To move through the canopy, it has a unique form of locomotion, rocking branches or lianas in increasing oscillations until it can reach the next tree. Orangutan are diurnal animals that spend most of their time in trees. Once in them, there are other skills to learn. Manipulating twigs, for instance. Or making hats out of leaves. These will help to keep off the sun and rain. They're the only primates that make nests. They rarely reuse them and may make up to 4 in a day. This group is shaping up as another success for the centre, but the fight to save orangutan involves far more than just the rehabilitation of orphans.
Third world countries, we have to produce our own food. But this can be what we call systematic, in the sense that while we go into agriculture development, we must also take into account of our wildlife. And I think the government is doing the right thing, because we have established quite a huge tract of land, which is gazetted, say, under the wildlife forest reserve. Most of these animals, if they are in danger of being killed or displaced through an agriculture development, there is a team here at Sepilok where we actually go out and translocate this animal.
The translocation team is the proactive side of Sepilok's operation.
We received a report from the owner of the plantation, Mr. Wong, concerning about orangutan problems, damaging his crops, damaging his oil palm crops.
It's a familiar problem. Orangutan raiding crops due to a shortage of their natural food. Dr. Bozzi will have to try to relocate them. The first problem is spotting the orangutan in the dense jungle that borders the plantation. The second problem is getting close to the animal. Even when the team has the quarry in its sights, there's no guarantee the orangutan can be caught safely.
Well, at the moment what we do is we use dot guns. First of all, you got to see that the best distance for your dot is about 30 meters, okay? So anything less than that will be very, very, very good. So if it's more than 30 meters, you just have to wait. It's a patient game. Who is more patient, orangutan and you? Okay, this is too high for us to shoot. Okay, and it's not good for the orang. If he falls, it's going to be very the impact is too bad on him. So what we're going to do is we got to wait for a while. We have to be patient, wait for the fellow to come down, go to the trees that's lower canopy. So then we'll pursue him again.
The game of hide and seek can go on for hours, even days. A hit. Now it's a matter of waiting for the tranquilizer to take effect. There's no time to lose. It may have been injured by the fall. An adult female. Very groggy, but she appears to have fallen safely. Dr. Bozzi gives her a quick medical examination. A tattoo will help identify her after she's been relocated. A successful operation like this represents an encouraging trend. Where once this animal might have been killed, it now survives because farmers are prepared to cooperate more and more with Dr. Bozzi and his team. A few hours driving, and they're in the heart of a nearby wildlife reserve. She's cross, but seems to be fine. The hope is that she'll settle into her new home and breed with resident males. A dominant male with fully developed cheek flanges. Orangutan are solitary in the wild, coming together only occasionally at feeding sites. It's during these encounters that most matings take place. At Sepilok, there's a test that will show them how well the program is working.
Well, the only way to gauge success at the center is to see the number of animals going back to the forest. And then, especially the females, coming back to the feeding platform together with their babies. These are actually a very good indicator of success. And we have quite a number of them doing that at the moment. What I can say here is that if there is no more, say, land clearing, for example, so there'll be a status quo. Animal will survive and they will multiply in the forest. But if there are going to be continued development in the agriculture sector, and we're going to see problems like displaced or orphaned, or even injured orangutan coming in, I think the center is still required. And the expertise of the center will definitely give an opportunity for this animal to have a second chance of survival.
With an estimated population of between 50 and 100,000 in the wild, the orangutan is not in immediate danger of extinction, as is often claimed by the media. Compared with numerous other animals, this beguiling species is relatively safe. The value of Sepilok is far more wide-reaching. It spreads awareness of conservation issues and serves as a symbol of the need to preserve the riches of rainforests the world over.
A new wildlife series tomorrow when Champions of Nature homes in on the shark.